What is up, Oxfit? Welcome to our weekly live show, Monday Motivation, with me, Coach Sav. I think I'm only 1 minute late to my 10 a.m. start time. My mic is on. I think. Test. Yep, we're good. That has happened to me before where I was just talking and no one could hear me for probably 5 or 10 minutes. Caitlin didn't even tell me. She was in the next room, which was really rude. But yeah, Monday, December 8th. Monday, December 8th, we just started our second week of 12 days of Oxfit. We had a great first week. Big weekend with huge classes on Saturday and Sunday. I think we had in total between East Atlanta and Grant Park, 60, 65 athletes that worked out either, between the 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. class. And then Sunday, Coach Whitney had, I think, 40 people at 9 o'clock in Grant Park, which I feel a little bad. She covered that class for me. I told her, probably 20. That's what it's been in the past. No big deal. People might make up a couple workouts. I look on Wodify and it's 40 of you guys. So thank you for showing up for 12 days of Oxfit. This has been super fun. I love today's workout. It's naughty or nice. We don't often do workouts like this where I give you guys a choice of how you want to do it. You basically can do the same number of reps for everybody, but you're either doing it in 6 rounds or 12 rounds. So longer rounds, but only 6 of them. And then you've got 12 that you're kind of checking off a little bit faster. So I can't wait to do that one today. I still haven't decided which one I'm going to do. I think 12 rounds is the way to go, but I will keep you posted. Usually I like to look and see the one that the least amount of people have done. And I'll try to give that a shot to see if the other one really is the best. But yeah, big week. We've got the last of our 12 days, and then we are ending strong with our Friday Oxfit Awards night, which I am pumped for. We're doing it at a new spot this time. We're going to Vesper, little tapas martini bar. So it should be fun. I'm excited to see everybody. I think we're going to have over 100 people at the awards night, which is great. Because you guys have definitely been showing out leading up to the holidays here at Oxfit. It's been fun. This is probably going to be my last live for a couple weeks. I'm going to dip out of here at the end of this week to go get married, which is very exciting. I'm not nervous or stressed at all, which is great. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the gym, and then I will come back and be a married lady to see all of you guys back in class. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's going on in my life. I'm not really getting on here to just yap with you people. I do have some points I would like to make. You're going to get these from me every Monday when I'm on here. But basically on the agenda today is I want to take some time to talk to you guys about why your future self is begging you to start working out and stop bullshitting around. So Salty Sav is going to come out a little bit here because I've got some stuff to talk about. I know there are so many people in Atlanta right now, probably everywhere, but especially here in Atlanta, that are exactly like me or exactly like I was 5 years ago. Maybe you're fresh out of college, a few years out of college. Maybe you landed a job that you thought was going to solve everything. You're building a life for yourself, or maybe that happened 10 years ago. I don't know. Either way, there's something that I think so many people are missing. It's a massive fundamental gap in our lives, and the gap is a real health and fitness routine. And the truth is today you cannot afford to be someone who doesn't work out anymore. You can't. Same way you never meet someone that's like, oh, I don't drink water. I don't eat healthy. I exclusively eat at fast food restaurants. I mean, maybe those people exist, but you don't really hear people admitting that. Same thing with working out. You can't be someone that says, I don't like to exercise. I don't like to work out, so I just don't do it. And it's just not an option. We sit more than we ever have before. We are on screens constantly. And some of us are missing a huge social component where we don't even see our coworkers face to face in weeks with our remote work or just the way that our jobs are structured these days. Everything is like this through a camera. And on top of that, society is literally trying to poison us at every turn. And I know that that sounds dramatic, but I promise it's not, because I know that right now, if I picked up my phone, I could press two buttons and I could have 2,000 calories delivered to my door in 20 minutes, which is crazy. There's no barrier to food. We are overwhelmed with stimuli, from the food noise to screen time to multitasking with work. Everything is just so jumbled up for us, and it really creates a huge gap in our lives when it comes to taking care of our bodies. And we're just unhealthy. And if you're not actively fighting against it, you will get dragged down. And the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to catch up. So the muscle mass and the habits that you build in your 20s and in your 30s, that is a retirement fund for your body. If you invest early, it will pay dividends for decades. If you wait too long, you will spend the rest of your life playing catch up. You're going to have, sore joints, low energy, lost confidence that's going to be even harder to get back the longer that you wait. And it's not even, just about the body, the physical changes that you can see. It's about your mental discipline, your confidence, your ability to overcome problems and struggles. And every time you push yourself through a tough workout, you're building mental toughness. You're proving to yourself that you can set a goal and you can see it through. And those lessons, spill over into every area of our life, your career, your relationships, your ability to just handle general stress. And right now, I know all of us have a future self that is watching us, and our future self is begging you to start doing something different. So please stop making excuses. Start today. Don't regret that you waited. And I think a lot of us might be saying, I do work out. I do eat healthy most of the time. I know what's healthy and what's not healthy. I do what all of my, friends and coworkers do. But be better than your fat coworkers. Be better than the Gap. If you get that reference, we can be friends. If you don't get that reference, we can't be friends. But I think a lot of us go to, Pilates a couple times a week. Maybe you jump on ClassPass and try out a strength training class. Maybe there's a cool run club that you like to join on the weekends. But that randomization of your exercise isn't enough. Eating healthy Monday through Thursday and then doing fuck all Friday, Saturday, Sunday isn't enough either. And even if you do some random workout in your apartment gym because it's free and you eat healthy 4 days a week, that leaves 3 days where you have no clue what to do. That means you're running at 57%. Being on for 4, off for 3 is a failing grade. And it's just taking a little bit of the easy way out. And I'm not trying to dog on people. We have never really been given the tools to know how to navigate these things. We're pretty much set up for failure from the jump unless we actively try to remedy it and go against the grain and fix, these habits that are built into us. So the question is, how do we course correct? So the simple answer is to join a gym like Oxfit, of course. Of course, I'm going to say that. I work here, but I put a lot of time and energy and effort into these workouts, and I know that they work because I see the results every training cycle. Every time I look at these scorecards, I talk to people inside the gym, I visibly see their transformations. I know that it works. And I think if you could give Oxfit, or if you don't live in Atlanta, find a gym like Oxfit and give us 1 hour of your day, 4 to 5 times per week, and just train with intention and focus a little bit on building some good habits. You are going to see muscle gained, you will see fat lost, and you will be able to observe measurable progress in as little as 8 weeks. And I know that because I experienced it. I mean, some people might say I had plenty of tools to live my healthiest life. I was a college athlete. I was working out and playing sports since I was a very young teenager. I thought I knew what was healthy. I thought I knew how to work out, but I didn't. And it was so obvious that I didn't know what I was doing, because after being a member of OxFit for 3 months, I lost 10 pounds. I had gained at least 15 pounds of muscle. And I was still going out with my friends on the weekends. I was still going on vacation. I just finally admitted that I needed some help. I needed to start training and stop working out, which for me was going to my college gym and doing a workout I saw on Instagram, or going to a spin class with my friend, doing yoga on a YouTube video. All those things are great and they're fun, but none of that was moving the needle towards progress, especially as I was getting older. My body was changing. If I wanted to shed the extra unwanted fat that I didn't need to be carrying around, and if I wanted to maintain my muscle mass or increase my muscle mass, I was going to have to be intentional about it and really work for it. And I found the easiest way to do it, which was finding OxFit. I loved the classes. I loved the community. It was easy for me to show up 4 to 5 days per week. And I think Lauren changed my life. She taught me how to eat and how to live and how to have a sustainable relationship with food that allowed me to not do the yo-yo and the up and the down. I maintained or retained all of my progress. And I'm so, so glad that I did that. I guess it was 27 now, 28, 5 years ago, because life gets more complicated in the best way. We get promoted. We start families. For women, that means our bodies change rapidly and drastically. We buy homes, we take care of aging parents, all of these things pile up. And the reality is it becomes harder and harder to build a foundation once you've already got something on top of it. So while you have the time to build a strong foundation, it's so important to take advantage of it and take on that challenge, while you have the time to be totally and completely selfish, because it may feel like you're being selfish now, but you're just setting yourself and the people around you up for success later on. Because trying to teach yourself those things, how to work out, how to eat healthy, how to travel smart and stay fit while juggling all of these monumental life changes, that is just such a recipe for burnout if you're trying to do that alone. So lay the foundation now, build the habits now. Your future self and everyone depending on you will thank you. And I know there might be a lot of people that currently go to OxFit listening to this, and you really resonate with what I've been talking about. Maybe you feel like you're working in circles, or you're just constantly playing catch up, and maybe you recognize that you're not taking advantage of everything that you could be taking advantage of. And it's okay to admit that. The OxFit coaching team have helped dozens and dozens of people learn how to get the most out of their weekly workouts and daily habits, so that with less input, you are getting a greater output. Less input, greater output. So if you put in the work to get some guidance on building these good habits, that feeling of being overwhelmed, of running around in circles, of never really being in control of your health, your fitness, your life, those things are going to start to go away, and you're going to feel like you've regained control again. So whether you need to get started, or maybe you just need to course correct while you've got time, or you just have absolutely no idea what to do, but you need to do something else because you do not want to end up looking like your boss, you can email me, you can text me, you can find me in the gym, and we will get you right. That is for sure. So if you feel like you relate to me, you relate to any of the things I'm talking about, please send me an email. I'd love to chat with you and talk to you about how OxFit can totally change your life and help you lay such a critical foundation the same way that it did for me. So I hope you guys have an awesome Monday. Enjoy the rest of 12 days of OxFit. I will see you guys in the gym. And if I don't, I will see you after the holidays as a married lady. Have a great day, you guys.